Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you something that might shake you a little. Have you ever locked eyes with a woman and for a brief moment it felt like time stopped? Your heartbeat quickened, your thoughts scattered, and yet you couldn't tell if it meant something or nothing at all. That single moment of direct eye contact can carry 1,000 hidden meanings. And most men have absolutely no idea what's really happening behind it. Stay with me till the end because once you understand this, you'll never look at a woman's gaze the same way again. But before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe, and join our growing community of men who are learning the real psychology behind connection, attraction, and power in relationships. Now listen carefully. When a woman looks you directly in the eyes, it's never random. Women are biologically and emotionally wired to use eye contact as a weapon, as a shield, and as an invitation all at once. That fleeting gaze is a test of your energy. She's reading your confidence, your emotional control, and your sense of self-worth faster than words could ever reveal. Most men think eye contact means she's interested, but sometimes it means she's simply measuring you, deciding if you're grounded enough to handle her world. What she's really doing in that moment is mirroring your presence. If your eyes dart away, she registers fear. If you hold her gaze with tension, she feels your insecurity. But if your eyes remain calm, steady, curious, not desperate, that's when the chemistry shifts. She feels the weight of a man who isn't easily shaken. And that feeling, that's rare. You see, eye contact is not about attraction first. It's about emotional dominance. It's the unspoken contest between who stays centered and who blinks first. Most men fail this invisible test because they seek validation in her eyes instead of holding space for their own energy. Remember this, a woman's gaze doesn't define you. It reflects what you already believe about yourself. So next time her eyes meet yours, pause. Don't rush to interpret it. Let silence and stillness speak for you. Because if you can remain composed while she's studying you, she'll feel something she can't explain but won't forget. Here's the truth most men never realize. When a woman holds your gaze, she's giving you a peek into her emotional landscape. A place most men can't even imagine navigating. That direct eye contact is a doorway. And how you step through it determines whether she feels drawn to you or dismisses you silently. It's not about what you say, what car you drive, or how ripped you are. It's about the unspoken tension, the energy you radiate when her eyes lock with yours. Most men freeze. They look away, smile awkwardly, or worse, they overcompensate with words that reveal their uncertainty. And the moment they do, that powerful window of connection closes forever. Understand this. Women are emotionally intelligent beyond what you might be comfortable admitting. Her eyes scan for strength, composure, and the ability to handle vulnerability without crumbling. If you flinch, she notices it instantly. If you falter, she senses it in a fraction of a second. But if you remain steady, calm, grounded, yet curious, something extraordinary happens. She begins to project curiosity back onto you. She starts asking questions without words, testing the limits of your presence. That gaze becomes an unspoken conversation, a magnetic pull that draws her attention naturally and effortlessly. Let me make this clear. The moment her eyes lock on you, she is not just observing. You are revealing yourself to her. Your insecurities, your fears, your confidence, they all pour into that moment. And the key here is control, emotional control. Men who get this wrong hand over their power instantly. Men who get it right subtly signal that they are anchored in themselves, that you are a man who knows what he wants, who isn't swayed by external validation, who can carry his own energy without demanding hers. That subtle energy shift is almost hypnotic. But here's what most men miss. It's not about holding her attention or winning her over with charm. It's about presence. Presence is a language women understand at a level men rarely do. When you maintain grounded eye contact, you communicate that you are unshakable, that you are aware of the power she holds, but don't fear it, and that you can handle whatever emotions arise without losing yourself. So the next time she locks eyes with you, remember this. It's not just a glance, it's a mirror reflecting your inner strength. And the stronger you are internally, the more magnetic that moment becomes. Now let's dive into the subtle layers most men completely overlook. When a woman makes direct eye contact, she's not just observing your confidence, she's gauging your emotional boundaries. She wants to see if you'll let her energy invade your space, or if you'll remain sovereign in your own presence. Most men, blinded by desire or ego, misread this. They lean in, smile too hard, or mimic insecurity in an attempt to connect. But here's the truth. Connection isn't built through flinching. It's built through calm, deliberate control over yourself. Think of it this way. Her eyes are a spotlight illuminating everything about you. Your fears, your hunger, your ability to remain grounded under scrutiny. Women instinctively test the men around them because evolutionarily survival depended on reading subtle cues in others. That glance you feel in your chest, that's not coincidence, it's biology signaling you to rise to the moment. The stronger your internal energy, the more she unconsciously aligns with it without even knowing why. Here's a crucial point. Do not mistake intensity for attraction. A piercing gaze can mean curiosity, dominance, or simply intrigue, but rarely the kind of romantic interest most men hope for immediately. Yet the men who understand this learn to wield the moment. They meet the gaze without fear, with patience, and allow her to feel the weight of a man who isn't rushing to impress. That pause, that controlled silence, it speaks volumes that words never could. The power lies in your awareness. Every subtle micro-expression she gives, the tilt of her head, the brief twitch of her lips, the flicker in her pupils, is an unconscious invitation for you to step into emotional authority. And when you do, something magnetic happens. She begins to mirror your calm. She begins to respect your boundaries. And without realizing it, she starts to feel safe around your energy. Safety is seductive. Stability is magnetic. And when combined with the intensity of mutual recognition in her eyes, it becomes irresistible. Understand this. Most men fail because they focus on being liked or validated. They forget that eye contact is not about her, it's about you. The stronger your self-possession, the more that glance becomes a silent declaration of power. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. And once you master this, her gaze shifts from a test to an acknowledgement of your presence, almost as if she's silently saying, "I see you." And you stand firmly in your own world. Now let's get to the part most men completely ignore, the unspoken language embedded in her eyes. When a woman holds your gaze, she's broadcasting signals you cannot hear, but you can feel. It's subtle, a slight narrowing of the eyes, a softening of her gaze, a fleeting hesitation. These are the cues of her emotional curiosity, testing whether you are grounded enough to handle the energy she brings. Most men react instinctively, trying to interpret or impress. But the truth is, no words are needed here. Your presence is everything. The moment her eyes lock on yours, you have a choice. You can retreat into discomfort, glance away, or fidget to mask uncertainty. Or you can step into the gravity of the moment, letting your calmness speak louder than your mouth ever could. Women sense tension immediately. They feel the flicker of fear or desperation, and the men who understand this respond with measured steadiness. A deep internal stillness communicates far more than charm or wit ever could. This is the invisible power most men never learn to harness, and it separates those who are magnetic from those who are forgettable. Here's the unfiltered truth. Her gaze is a mirror reflecting your internal state back to you. If you're confident, centered, and unshaken, she senses it and reacts unconsciously. If you are insecure, scattered, or needy, she notices that too, and without even saying a word, her interest fades. You may think you can hide your nervous energy behind humor or small talk, but she feels it instantly. Women are wired to detect emotional instability faster than a lie detector. That's why eye contact is dangerous for men who are not fully self-aware. It exposes them. But here's the key difference. Men who succeed don't try to impress. They invite. They allow her to explore the connection without forcing it. They remain calm while absorbing the intensity of the moment, and they signal that they are anchored in themselves. That subtle combination of awareness and composure creates a magnetic pull that no woman consciously understands, but she feels deeply, and once she feels it, she's drawn to it naturally without manipulation or effort. Finally, remember, holding eye contact is not about staring down a challenge. It's about presence, control, and emotional sovereignty. It's about showing without words that you are a man who knows his own value, can navigate intensity, and remains untouchable in his composure. That energy is what turns a glance into a memory she carries long after she looks away. Now let's break down what to actually do when a woman gives you that direct, intense gaze. The moments most men completely botch without even realizing it. First, resist the urge to look away or fidget. That is the instinct of insecurity, and she will feel it like a ripple in water. Instead, let your eyes hold hers with calm curiosity. There is a subtle art here. You are not staring to dominate nor to impress. You are observing, absorbing, and owning your presence. That energy communicates far more than words ever could. Next, pay attention to the microsignals. A slight smile, the way she tilts her head, the fleeting softening of her pupils. These are clues, not guarantees. They tell you how she's processing your energy. Most men miss this entirely because they are focused on what they want instead of what she is revealing. This is why understanding the psychology behind her gaze is crucial. Women subconsciously test emotional strength and stability through eye contact. The stronger and calmer you remain, the more magnetic you become without saying a single word. Here's another crucial truth. Don't chase validation. Do not try to read too much into what does this mean or does she like me. That's desperation, and she feels it immediately. Instead, let the moment exist without forcing interpretation. A woman who locks eyes with you is offering a window into potential connection, but it is you who decides whether to step through or retreat. The men who succeed are those who maintain inner authority, who can handle intensity without collapsing or overcompensating. Also understand the power of timing. After holding eye contact, allow a natural release, a slight glance away, a small smile, a relaxed breath. This creates rhythm, giving her subconscious mind a sense of your grounded energy and control. Men who panic or rush break the tension. Men who remain composed create a gravitational pull that is almost hypnotic. She begins to feel that stability in her own body, which sparks attraction at a deeper emotional level. Finally, remember this. Direct eye contact is not about immediate romantic interest. It is about a silent evaluation, a test of presence and strength. The more you master the ability to stay calm, observant, and centered while her gaze probes, the more you signal that you are a man of rare self-possession. That is the energy that women remember long after you walk away. It is subtle, it is powerful, and it is completely under your control if you understand the rules. Now let's seal this truth in a way most men never fully grasp. When a woman locks eyes with you, it is not just a fleeting moment. It is an invitation to reveal your inner world, your energy, your emotional sovereignty. Most men panic at this point. They look away, overcompensate with words, or try too hard to impress. But the rare man, the one who understands this secret, remains anchored. He lets the intensity of her gaze wash over him without flinching, without needing validation. That calm, unshakable presence is magnetic, irresistible, and unforgettable. Here's the thing, women feel everything beneath the surface. Your energy, your confidence, your insecurities, they all spill into that split second when eyes meet. The stronger your emotional core, the more you communicate without words. She may not consciously know why she is drawn to you, but she feels it. This is the silent language of attraction. Not charm, not money, not status. It's presence, control, and self-possession. When you master this, a simple glance becomes a memory she cannot shake. A gravitational pull that lingers long after the interaction ends. But remember, power is subtle. You never need to force anything, never manipulate, never chase. The energy you radiate when you remain composed is far more persuasive than any clever line or action. A woman's direct gaze is a test, a measure, a mirror. How you respond reflects not just who you are in that moment, but who you are at your core. And here's the crucial insight. She is only as interested as you allow her to be. Your energy sets the tone. Your composure dictates the pace. Your awareness determines the depth. So the next time a woman meets your eyes, pause and feel the weight of that moment. Ground yourself, breathe, observe, and radiate calm strength. Let her gaze reveal her curiosity, her test, her intrigue, but do not let it unsettle you. Your inner stability, your ability to remain present under emotional intensity, is the secret weapon that sets you apart from every other man she encounters. In the end, it's not about decoding every flicker of her eyes. It's about mastering yourself, because when you do, you turn a simple glance into something profound. You become memorable, magnetic, and unmistakably powerful. And that, my friends, is the secret most men will never know until